Here comes Princey, running just as fast as he can. Here comes Princey, whenever you need a helping hand. Here comes Princey, a friend you always need around. Here comes Princey, he'll never let you down. You'll never meet another dog. This is a story about the day Princey goes to Largs. Hello there, Jude. This is your Grandpa Norman here. I wrote this book especially for you, so I hope you enjoy hearing about the adventures of Princey the dog. When your mum and Uncle Kenneth were young, I used to tell them stories about Princey, who was a Cocker Spaniel dog belonging to my grandparents, Hugh and Annie Constable. Now, I wasn't even born when Princey was around, but I'm told everyone loved him, and there are some amazing tales about what our hero dog got up to. And the day Princey went to Largs is just one of them. So, settle in and wait till you hear what happened. Now, Princey is a very special dog who just loves helping people. He's so brave and has lots of adventures, visiting lots of different places and making friends with lots of different people. Everybody loves the friendly Cocker Spaniel, and they're always asking him to tell them about his escapades, especially the one about the day Princey went to Largs. Now, Princey lives in Paisley, and he would wait until his master, Grandpa Constable, had left for work as a plumber before he would sneak out the house to head off on another adventure without anyone knowing. He loved the sea, and one of his favourite places was Largs. That's where Princey decided to visit one summer's day. So he jumped onto a bus, then caught the train heading for the seaside town. Children were playing on the beach and Princey joined in the fun. They threw sticks into the sea for him to swim out and fetch before bringing the bits of wood back to the shore. You could hear lots of laughter and squeals of delight as children ran in and out of the waves. But then suddenly there was a loud yell and everyone stopped to look over at the nearby pier. A woman was shouting, "Help! Help! Someone save my son! He's fallen into the sea and he can't swim!" While everyone on the beach held their breath, Princey swung into action and dashed along the beach towards the pier. When he got there, Princey grabbed a rope tied to a lifebelt and held it tightly between his teeth, then ran as fast as he could towards the end of the pier. Princey was on a rescue mission, as you could see the lad struggling to stay afloat in the water. Princey bravely leapt off the pier into the sea and swam towards the boy, who was desperately trying to stay afloat by kicking his legs and splashing his arms in the water. Everyone in the pier would gasp and hold their hands to their mouths every time the boy's head would disappear under the waves for a few seconds before coming back to the surface again. Princey was determined to reach the boy before it was too late. Princey could see the boy stretch his arms out towards him as he swam closer. When he reached the lad, Princey shouted for him to grab the lifebelt so he could pull him back to the shore. The boy hung on to the orange lifebelt for dear life. Princey was very brave as he battled against the waves. He used every ounce of energy he had to keep hold of the lifebelt rope between his teeth and swim back to the shore, pulling the boy behind him. There were lots of people on the beach cheering and clapping when Princey and the boy reached the shore, and no one was more relieved than the boy's mum, who, after embracing her son, whose name was Timmy, clearly didn't mind hugging a soaking wet Princey. She told the dog, "You're so brave. I can't thank you enough for saving Timmy, and you certainly deserve a medal." As our still dripping wet rescue hero made his way up the beach, a young boy called Jude ran up to Princey and started drying him with a towel. "That was amazing," said Jude. "You must be starving after all that swimming you did." And showing just how much he appreciated Princey's efforts,
Jude asked his mum and dad to buy Princey a fish supper for his lunch and an ice cream cone for dessert. When he had finished his lunch, Princey thanked Jude for being so kind, but said he would have to get home soon before Grandpa Constable got back from work. Thankfully, Princey got back on time, and he was sitting in his basket when his master came home, and it was as if he had been there all day. "Have you had a lazy day?" asked Grandpa Constable. Princey didn't answer. A few days later, there was a knock on the door, and when Grandpa Constable opened it, there was a big policeman standing there. "Does a dog called Princey live here?" asked the policeman. "He does indeed," replies Grandpa Constable. "Well, I'm here to present Princey with a medal for his bravery, saving a wee boy's life. You should be very proud of him," said the policeman. And with the medal hanging from the front of Princey's collar, Grandpa Constable asked our hero dog, "What was all that about?" "Oh, nothing really," Princey replies modestly. And as his master scratches his head, wondering what it was all about, Princey jumps into his basket, puts a paw over his eyes, and pretends to be asleep. Princey had decided this adventure had to stay a big secret, and to this day, the only people who know what really happened on his trip to Largs are Princey himself, the kind lad called Jude, and now you.
Here comes Princey, running just as fast as he can. Here comes Princey, whenever you need a helping hand. Here comes Princey, a friend you always need around. Here comes Princey, he'll never let you down. You'll never meet another dog like Princey. He's brave and strong and a hero to you and me. When there's danger on the way, he'll always save the day. You'll never come to harm when you're with Princey. Here comes Princey, running just as fast as he can. Here comes Princey, whenever you need a helping hand. Here comes Princey, a friend you always need around. Here comes Princey, he'll never let you down. Here comes Princey, running just as fast as he can. Here comes Princey, whenever you need a helping hand. Here comes Princey, a friend you always need around. Here comes Princey, he'll never let you down. Here comes Princey,